Let's look at problem number 1. All right, problem 1. F of x equals negative 2 parenthesis x minus 3 parenthesis to the second power plus 3. We're going to do vertex form. What do we got to identify here to start? What 3 letters? What are we going to do? A, H, and K. So we know that we're going to need to do A, H, and K. All right. What's my A? My A is negative 2. You guys should be writing this down too. What's my H?
3.
Why is it 3, not negative 3? Gotta flip it. All right, and then my K is what?
3.
K is equal to 3. All right, so with that being said, all right, what's my vertex going to be?
3, 3.
Yep. And what's my axis of symmetry going to be? X equals what?
Negative 2.
X equals H. What's my H? What's my H?
3.
Remember, guys, your axis of symmetry is always going to be the x value. All right, it is going to be the x value of your vertex. All right, always will be the x value of your vertex. Okay, so is this maximum or minimum? Huh? You guys tell me. You say minimum.
No, maximum.
Why is it maximum?
Because it's a negative 2.
Because the A value is negative. All right, so it will be a maximum because A is negative. And that A value is it's negative 2. That's why. All right, this space down here, we're just going to rewrite our vertex, which is 3, 3. And I always want to write my vertex here in the middle. Now, how would I figure out the rest of my table? What must I do?
Just replace it into the copy.
Yep. I need to plug it into the calculator. So, all right, let's plug this into our calculators. Plug this into your calculators. Y equals, all right, and now let's do negative 2.
Wait, so you don't have to put beginning.
Why? Because it's not a
Number.
It's not a fraction. If it's a fraction, put it in parentheses. If it's not a fraction, you can just write it. Or you can type it in. All right, so we got negative 2, parentheses, x minus 3, parentheses, I'm going to hit my x squared button. All right, and then plus 3. All right, let's type that in. Perfect. And then let's graph it. Perfect. Graph it. Let's hit the graph button.
It says error.
It does. All right, now to fill out the rest of my table, how do I get to my table, guys? What do I hit? Second graph. Marcel? crushing it today. Thank you.
You just have to press graph.
Huh?
Well, you just have to press graph.
Yeah, but then you gotta do second table. Because graph gives you this, we wanna do second table to get to our table. Now, remember, what do we gotta scroll down to? I wanna find, what's my axis of symmetry, guys? 3. So, I'm gonna scroll down to 3, I'm gonna put that 3 right there in the middle of my table. You see it right there in the middle? You see what I did? Because now I can just copy the rest of this table. What's above it? 2 above it, 2 below it. All right? So let's do that. We've got right above it, we've got 2, 1. All right, and then above that, we've got 1, -5. All right, now let's look below that 3, 3. We got 4, 1. All right, and we got 5, -5. Cool? Number 1 good?
Mhm.
Hold off on graphing that for a second, because we're going to look at number 7 real quick. All right, so flip that page. All right, and let's look at number 7 real quick. All right, let's look at number 7. Okay. What is my A for number 7? What's my A? What's my
1
A?
over 3.
1 over 3. What's my H?
1 over 3.
What do we do to H though?
Negative.
Negative. What's my K?
-3. I mean 4.
-4. All right. So I can rewrite these. All right. We've got A equal to 1/3. Our H is equal to -1. Our K is equal to -4. Okay? What's our vertex?
-1, -4.
-1, -4. It's my H and my K. All right, and then my axis of symmetry is x equals what letter?
-1.
Yeah, my H, which is -1. All right, that is x equals H. All right, A value, positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive, maximum or minimum?
Minimum.
Minimum. Okay. Remember, if it's minimum, it's going to make a U shape, right? All right, and then we'll rewrite our vertex. We've got -1, -4. All right, and then we'll want to write that actually into our table. And what that does, you put it in the middle, is it tells you that that's where I need to look. So then, what would be the next step here?
Sure, equation needs to calculate.
Yep, so I'm going to have y equals, I'm going to clear out the old problem, and then what do I have to do with that fraction, guys? What do I got to put it inside? I put it inside parentheses. So we got 1. I'm going to hit my divide key, divided by 3. All right, and then it's going to be x plus 1. All right, remember the x key is by the alpha key, that green key. All right, then I'm going to hit my x squared. minus 4, and then I can hit graph. And there it is. But what do I need to go to? I need to go to my table. And how do I go to my table? Again, second graph.
This is easy.
And guys, because it's a fraction, I'm going to have decimals. Do I want to use decimals?
No.
Nah. So I'm going to scroll up to my vertex. And there it is. I've got -1, -4. But I don't want to use the other numbers that are decimals. Okay? So I'm going to look at my y's, and I actually have pairs that are up there that I can use that aren't decimals. What are those other pairs? That aren't decimals. What numbers do I see that aren't decimals in the y column? Yeah, -4, what? Negative. And then what down here? And yeah, so then it would be 2, right? And -1. All right, because I am looking for, what I'm looking for here are y values that aren't decimals. Okay, I'm looking for y values that are not decimals. All right, so I still need to scroll and find my next pair. What's my next grouping going to be? Negative what? Negative, what is that?
7.
-7 and 8. And then I'm going to go down. And then I see 5 and 8 are my other, is another pair that I can use. All right, that are whole numbers. And then I would be able to graph those. Any questions? All right, so that's practice. That is your practice problems 1 and 7. You are responsible for the rest.